I'd like to welcome you all to another Kali Tutors tutorial session. In this tutorial session, we'll be focusing on ENN1504 assignment number 2. We are continuing with the investigative report series. If you are new to our YouTube channel, please subscribe to get access to the latest public videos the moment that we upload them. If you'd like to access additional content, please join our membership channel. Without wasting your time, let us look at procedures. You should not be intimidated by the term procedures. It is likely that every one of us at some point has performed some sort of procedures when investigating something. For example, if you ever lost money while in your house, it is likely that you conducted an investigation to try to find your money. For example, you could have pushed the couch to check if the money was under it. You could have asked people if they saw your money. And by so doing, you are actually performing some sort of procedures. Okay? So, under procedures, this is where you detail what you did and the reason why you did a particular action. Okay? So here, this is where you decide how you are going to find information about various aspects of the problem you are investigating. Usually, you will need to obtain information from various sources and in different ways. This can include obtaining information directly from the people by means of letters, memoranda, telephone calls, interviews, questionnaires, meetings, publications, or any document in your organization's filing system. You may also personally inspect conditions and analyze systems, or observe or evaluate processes. Okay, let us look at the format of procedures. As I had explained in the previous slide, procedures are just the actions taken and the reasons for those actions. Okay, so when you're writing your procedures, it is important to take note of the format. For example, the text must be in past tense. Okay, your procedures must be numbered. You need to use formal language, and also you need to take into account that there is a relationship between the numbering in the procedures and the findings. For example, findings from procedure 2.1 should be captured in 3.1, and findings from 2.2 should be captured in 3.3, and so on. Okay? When you are deciding about which procedures to use, it is very helpful to use questions to help you decide. Okay? Let us look at some of the questions that you can ask yourself in the next slide. Okay, so the first question is, what do I need to find out? Okay, in our assignment, what do you really need to find out? Okay, you know that you are investigating the decline in enrollment. So that is basically what you are supposed to find out. Okay, what is the root cause? Why has the number reduced, or why has students demanded that they use on-campus registration? These are just hints. Okay. Another question is: are there any individuals or small groups that I can speak in that I can speak to in order to obtain the information? In our case, you can talk to the SRC, you can talk to students, you can talk to any other student information. Okay. Another question is, should I conduct a survey to collect information from a large number of people? Definitely. In this particular assignment, it could be useful to conduct a survey. Okay. Another question is, are there existing documents that I can use? Definitely. If you look at the online registration system, you can assume that there are some registrations that were incomplete, you can access such information from the IT department. Okay, can I personally inspect or observe anything? Definitely. You can visit the website of the institution to check if it is actually easy to register online, or to check if the system is working accordingly. Okay, are there experts in the field who could possibly provide information in terms of this assignment? Definitely. So these are questions that you can use to decide on the procedures that you can mention as part of your investigative report. Remember, this is a fictitious situation. So you need to come up with your own ideas. You need to come up with your own procedures. You need to pretend. You need to pretend that you actually conducted an investigation. Okay? Think about it in a practical manner. If you were in the shoes of that particular person, what were you going to do to investigate the situation? That is basically all that you're supposed to do under this section. And if you have grasped and you understand properly what procedures are, you should score very high marks in this particular assignment. Let us look at a typical example. Okay, this next example uses the checklist as we had done under the terms of reference. Okay, if you watch the video on terms of reference, you know that I like to use checklists. Okay, I think this is a structured way to think about what you're supposed to do. Okay, so in this particular section of the investigative report, I'd actually create a table with three columns. Okay, 1 2 3, to make sure that I have my numbering, and then to state the action that I took, and also to state the reason for taking this particular action. And then when I'm compiling the final report, I'd actually combine these two into the same procedure, because they are actually part of the same procedure. So let us look at this example. Here I said a meeting was held with the student representative council members. Okay, this was an action taken, and the reason, to find out the reason why students requested for on-campus registration over online registration. Okay, you should do the same thing for procedure number 2. Provide the action and the reason, and procedure number 3, provide the action and reason. Typically you should have at a minimum of 4 procedures. Okay, don't aim for anything less than 4. Okay, so you list your procedures. Okay, write the action and the reason for that particular action. Then after doing this, you can have something like the example answer that I'll provide in the next slide. In the previous section, I mentioned that we should number procedures. Okay, so this one here must be numbered. Okay, in this case, it must be numbered number 2. Okay, and these ones here should be, the procedures themselves should be procedure 2.1, 2.3, 2.2, 2.3, and so on. Make sure that you don't have less than 4 procedures. Okay, so let us look at how I have combined the information in the previous slide. Okay, my first procedure reads as follows. A meeting was held with the student representative council members to find out the reason why students requested for on-campus registration over online registration. Okay, after doing this, you should combine the next row from the checklist, and so on. Okay, if you can do this, you will score very good marks. Provide the action and the reason, action and the reason, and so on. Okay, let us now look at a complete example answer, where we'll be discussing everything from findings all the way to the compiler's detail. Okay, If that video is not accessible to the public, if you're a member, please check it under the playlist for members only. Okay, thank you for watching.